Cheers. Well, this episode is brought to you by Ski Double Cola. You should sponsor the both of us.
Absolutely.
And our podcast and every other venture that we
Please do.
I promise you there's not a single soul on this earth I think that likes ski more.
Yeah.
The Wolbachs.
I think.
No.
Yeah. And anyone who does taste it ends up liking it.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't met someone that doesn't like it.
neither am I.
Unless it's like too sugary, but then...
They're not real. Anyway, if they don't like it, they're not a real one.
Yes.
Only real ones like ski.
Yeah.
That's facts.
So yeah, I traveled from Alton, Illinois with that ski down here to Springfield, Missouri.
Gentle cargo.
Oh yeah, I seen.
Did you buckle it up on the way here?
No, I had it perfectly like packed back there, and then once we unpacked, I left it in the trunk so I wouldn't bring it in the condo and forget.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boys went to the dispensary, and he's like, "Man, your ski was just all over the back." I said, "I'm
Just
not.
roll it around.
I thought it's important for tomorrow. It's the precious cargo.
It's all right.
It's
Here, and the other ski that I've gotten here before was delivered, so it was in the back of the UPS truck. So
that survived.
yeah,
And glass bottles too.
I can't wait to indulge.
Yes. So, for people who don't know, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Chris. I run a brand / design firm called Youth Energy Designs. I live in Springfield, Missouri. I'm originally from a small town called New Baden, Illinois, which is how I had ski because it was close by. But I make clothing and do design work for bands and businesses and all that stuff. That's how I met her.
Yeah. Thank God for Alex Reed. That's exactly who made that.
Alex, shout out Alex.
Yeah.
The nicest person I've ever met in my entire life. No one's ever nicer than him.
No.
Ever.
No. It's scary. I remember the first interaction I had with him. Someone was like, it was Jeremy Williams. He said,
Also a nice
Yeah.
person. They're both nice.
he said, here's Alex Reed. He's going to introduce you to everyone at the Shipman show.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like overwhelming.
Shout out Shipman.
Yeah.
My old band played there once, and it was top tier.
Yeah.
Tons of kids there.
I constantly, because his dad still lives out there, I'm like, Alex, can we have like another big fest at the community center? He's like, no one's going to drive him out that way. And I'm like,
There's still young
Exactly.
kids that live
Yeah.
there, I think. Yeah. I feel like people will travel for that, especially if you get like a bigger headliner.
yeah. But that's daydreaming. It'll happen one day. I'll put enough energy into it.
There you go.
Make it happen. So are you still doing anything like music-wise or?
Kind of recently. So I sent like a text to one of my friends who actually lives in Collinsville. Shout Josh Penn. I was like, yo, I want to start a band that sounds like this. Will you just write the music and I'll do the vocals or whatever? And like not even an hour later, he sent me like 4 demos. And he's like, here you go. He's like, I'll keep writing. What do you think? And I was, yep, that's it. But other than that, nothing really. Just focusing on being a dad and
That's good.
husband and doing design stuff.
I feel like you guys excel as parents. Like all of my friends are great parents, but I love watching y'all's kids grow up. They're super fucking cute.
That has a lot to do with my wife. Yeah, she's a badass, and she knows what she's doing with those kids, which is crazy because we didn't think we could ever have kids. So the fact that we're doing this well is crazy.
And then I'm jealous of them slightly because they're growing up with like the coolest closet ever. I don't even know, I don't think.
The amount of clothes those kids have, like we have to constantly rotate clothes out like every couple weeks because there's just so many cool t-shirts that like we wanted as kids, but we can't get them. So we get them for them.
Yeah. Is there ever like designs that you see on your kids' clothes that you're like, all right, we can make this look bigger?
Absolutely. All the time. And like, I always talk about how Arden has really cool Minecraft shirts.
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel like they could be cooler. So like, I want to make a Minecraft shirt in like my style for him. But like some of his shirts are literally like 20 color screen prints. And I was like,
It's going to be the most
Target's charging like $7. And I was like, there's no way. Like that alone should be like a $30 shirt.
Yeah. I'll pay for it though. I'd probably pay $100 for a Minecraft shirt. Mayo.
If it's cool, yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I'm thinking about it.
they'll fly too.
I'm plotting.
Even though you don't like ideas, the ski
Oh,
Youth Energy Design, because they ain't gonna sue you, and if they do, we'll counter sue.
I don't know if they'll sue. They'll probably just be like, can we sell that in our store?
Yeah.
I should just do that. Just send them a design and be like, yo, this is all nice. Just print it or give me some free stuff, please.
So what's exciting in life? Like you design most of your days away, right? And then you work at the screen printing shop, right?
Oh, yeah. So literally from like 8 a.m. to 5, I'm at work doing designs, talking to customers, etc., helping out the shop as much as I can. Then I come home from like 5 to 7. It's like dinner / like hang out with the boys. Recently, since it's summertime, we've been keeping up till like 9. And then like once 9 o'clock hits, they'll go to bed. And then I come into my office here and then design or email people or sit and come up with ideas, or try to at least, which is very hard.
Yeah, especially after like a whole entire day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's tough. How do you find balance between all of that?
Still trying.
Yeah, I feel like that's the joke, is that you never find proper balance.
I'm trying. Like, I try to set at least one day, like where Chrissy and I hang out at night. Like, we still see each other and we hang out, but like a full night where we can actually hang out and like watch a movie or something. But other than that, like the weekends, I try not to come in here at all unless like Chrissy's like, I want to take a nap or I want to go to bed early or something like that. Try to take the weekends off, and then Sunday night I'll start like kind of slowly doing designs again. Mm-hmm. But like the weekend or the weekdays are like my design time technically.
Yeah.
So
how quick does it normally take you from like concept to putting it out there towards marketing? Does it go pretty quick whenever it's more exciting, or is it all like a big process?
It's honestly, the ones that are more exciting are the ones that are harder for me. Because like the ones that like I have all these ideas for, I'll start doing designs. And then I'm like, I don't like that. I feel like this could look different. This could look better. But like sometimes I'll have like a dumb idea and it'll take me like 30 minutes. And those are the ones that sell. And I'm like, damn, wish that could be like that all the time.
That's like reels or videos for
exactly
the least amount of effort, stupid ass video.
The ones that get the most views.
Oh, people coming up to me in public, they're like, I saw that video.
I saw that video.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I love that design you did. I'm like, I hate that one, but
cool, thanks.
Yeah,
for the support.
I'm glad.
So what's your, like, I know it's a lot, but what's your favorite design that you've done? That first one that pops to mind?
It's always shirts I do for other people, honestly. Like records are always my favorite things to do, because like you can have physical copies of them. So like the End It record there and like the Rejection Pact one. Probably the Rejection Pact record.
Yeah.
Because like I literally, Devin and I, from Devin the singer, we spent like literally like 4 months on that thing. Like concept, ideas, everything. He let me listen to the record early, so I got to listen to the lyrics and kind of get a feel for it. And I knew like the basic idea of what they're looking for. And that one was really fun because I've been doing designs for them since they've been a band for like 5+ years now.
Yeah.
So like he's literally just let me run wild with that. So whenever he gave me the full length and he was like, hey, do what you do, blah, 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 I would send him ideas every now and then I would just go from there. And that one turned out really cool. Yeah. The packaging turned out awesome. Like the inside layout's a big poster. Mm-hmm. I like that one the most. Like t-shirts are cool, but like records are like, music is what got me into like doing design. So records will always hold like a special place in my heart.
Yeah. So like what's like a big goal for you? Even though I feel like you've achieved some pretty dope shit like over the past like few years. Man.
I mean, I'd like to do more record layouts for like bigger bands, but like as far as like my brand goes, like I want to start getting into like streetwear and like doing more branded stuff with like my logo or my name on it versus doing like pop culture stuff, which the pop culture stuff's cool, but like I want to branch out and like be able to have my stuff at like a skate shop or something like that. Because that's like growing up, what got me into art was like World Industries and Blind and Birdhouse and all those skateboarding brands, like that art style. So like definitely want to like keep going with that.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. I know I'd wear it. I get super excited over like the support group one. That was sick. So I'm like, yeah, anything, like I always support any of it, but I'm all more
I just did that one as a joke because I thought like I always see those hats of like old like carpenters or like automotive stuff, and I was like, it would be cool to have one that just like nostalgia support group, something like that. And I told a friend about it, and they're like, "That's an awesome idea." And then I just like, it's got to be on a trucker hat of all things. Like that would only look good on a trucker hat.
I misread someone's hat today while we were playing mini golf, and I could have. It was like blue, white background with like the blue negative letters. I thought it said lactate. I was like, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
like, I'm kind of like lactate hat now.
Random ass hat. What did it say?
Like, I thought, oh, I didn't. I'm blind as fuck. And I never read it. And I was like, it definitely doesn't say lactate. Yeah.
We'll just say it.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting. Yeah, exactly. All right, dude. But I could see someone selling a hat like that. Like, Meth Syndicate or someone could definitely pull that off.
I feel like if that existed, all my friends would buy me one. It's like almost like the camera lens coffee mug, or how I have 500 of those and have 500 of those hats. Anytime I'm lactose intolerant, but that's why I want one. But no, all my friends, anytime there's a funny lactose meme, I get it sent from 10 different people. The same video. I'm like, how'd they think about?
Anytime someone sees like a Mighty Ducks or Ninja Turtles thing, they'll send it to me, and I'm like, saw this about 50 times. Yeah. And I don't want to be rude, so I'm just like, LOL.
Thanks.
That's so funny.
Thanks for thinking of me. So what is it like? How does it feel growing your social media and also like keeping it up and everything? That's my problem, is I don't like keeping it up.
Frustrating as hell. Like, I hate talking about it, like algorithm and all that stuff, but like, it's changed so much since like the start of Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't try to like market to like get followers and stuff. Like, getting followers is cool because it shows that your page is growing, but like that's not something I actively search for, is just because like I feel like I have a solid following that supports me now. So like if I get more, that's cool, but like right now I'm doing chill, you know.
Well, you can make money. That's why I always think like even on my personal account, if only 15 people see it, if each one of those 15 people bought something,
did they actually buy from you? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like, once you have a solid group of people who order from you and like support you or share your stuff, like that's all that really matters. All the new people, like I do a lot of pre-orders, so like new people don't really understand my page yet. So like it gets frustrating trying to explain to them like, yo, I have this thing that says there's a pre-order. Check here if you need information.
Oh, it's like funny as well. Like if you haven't bought anything, it's funny and it's real fucking obvious. It's not like it's like little text or anything.
Yeah,
like
that's the only way I could think of, is like, instead of emailing someone every day, is just, hey, there's a website, you can go look where your shipping update's at. Like, here it is. But like with new people, they don't get that yet. But
I like how you just canceled someone.
Oh my, I had to. Like, he emailed me like 4 times after I gave him the shipping update, like, website. And it was like something that was a newer pre-order too. And I'm like, all right, dude, here you go. Here's your refund.
Thanks.
And then he emailed me back and was like, so is the shirt not happening, or do I just like, why was the refund? And I just didn't even respond. Yeah, it's like, I don't need you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's probably the shitty part about your industry, is like, I get to be a little bit more hardcore about who I work with, because you're just open to the public.
Exactly.
It's like, oh God.
Like, I try to be nice because like they are literally like buying stuff from me and supporting me, but like
stupid people are. I'm
not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because I'm creating something that I want that didn't exist. So like I'm literally doing it for the love of the fact that like I want people to have these shirts to connect to like the nostalgic aspect of it. I don't care. Like, I'll still be nice to these people, but like there's a point where I'm just like, all right, dude, like I've already told you 4 times, like I'm over this. Sorry, but
well, if you have a good day, try someone else.
Find that shirt.
Change an email.
Yeah,
I know. Oh man. So when you were a child, did you always dream of wanting to be this, or did you just have so much interest into it that it eventually developed into it?
So that's a hard question.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, as a child, I had so many ideas of what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be a hockey player, of course, which that obviously didn't happen. But like, my mom was an artist. She worked at a screen printing shop. So like, that aspect of like t-shirts and design was always around. She was a painter, super good artist, like super good drawing. So that was always a thing. But then like the merch aspect didn't really come around until like when I started being in bands and doing designs for bands when I was like 14 or 15. So like, not really. As a kid, I wanted to be like a hockey player or police officer. I wanted to be a dare officer.
I love it.
Which is hilarious because like, I thought dare officer was really cool back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were cool as kids.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they would come to your class and give you
yeah.
stuff and like.
Didn't have to work.
Exactly. I was like, these guys rock.
I
And the guy that was
do drugs.
the guy in my town was super nice. But then like, whenever I turned like 16, 17, I was like, man, that kind of sucks. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Talk to kids all day.
Yeah, exactly. I was still straight edge at the time. Yeah. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then I'll just tell my life story from here. But like, after I started getting into doing designs for bands and like friends' bands and all that stuff is whenever I saw like this guy Miles that lives in Springfield, Illinois. He played drums in that band Park. He has a screen printing shop out there. And he was like, hey, can you come help me? Whenever I was living up in Springfield, I think I was like 19 or 20 at that time. He said, can you come help me just pick up stuff around the shop? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I would help him like every now and then, like not a lot, just every now and then. But that's when I started learning about screen printing and like getting into that. And then when I moved back home when I was like 22, 23, I applied at a job that was just needing someone to clean screens at a screen printing place. So I cleaned screens there. And then while I was cleaning screens, the manager was like, hey, I heard that you've printed shirts before. And I was like, yeah, but only like a few times. And he's like, well, you have too much of a personality to be out in the middle, like out just doing like cleaning screens. And I was like, okay. So he put me printing for a couple months and I printed for a while. Then he's like, hey, I heard you know how to do designs. And I was like, I mean, not really. I just like make flyers and stuff on my friends' bands. And he's like, well, you can learn how to do separations. So I learned how to do the separations. And then he was like, hey, you're really good at designs. Why don't I move you upstairs to be an artist? So then I was an artist at this screen printing place for like 5+ years before moving out here. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I learned to do like the merch aspect of it.
That's crazy. That's what I was going to ask and you answered. Did you ever do any screen printing with your mom? Did she ever teach you any of it?
So we did like I watched her do it as a kid. Mm-hmm. And like my buddy Dylan and I, we had a record label together and we had a screen with the design on it, but we didn't have a press. Mm-hmm. And my mom was like, oh, just lay it on the floor. I'll show you how to do it. So we laid it on the floor and we made our first batch of t-shirts like that. And then like we cured them in the oven, which you're not supposed to do, but like you can. It's just dangerous.
DIY.
Yes, very DIY. So like our first 10 shirts were made like at my mom's house in the oven. So like I knew how to like screen print from her because she kind of showed me, but
not professionally.
Not professionally, yeah.
That's cool. Did she like push you towards the arts at all, or was it just kind of natural?
Just kind of natural, honestly, because like I always wanted to be in a band, but I couldn't. Like at the time, it was like the big thing was like deathcore, like metalcore. And I couldn't scream like that to save my life, and I couldn't play an instrument. Like, I played trumpet for a few years in high school, and I was like, no one wants a trumpet player. Like, I love ska, but it wasn't a thing at that time. Like, where I grew up, close to like Highland, Illinois, like all the music there was like fast metalcore, hardcore, deathcore, that kind of stuff. So like, I was like, I can't do any of this stuff, so I'll make your MySpace look cool. I'll make the flyer for the show. So that's what I did. Is I just did like the MySpace flyers and layouts and all that stuff. So
that's dope. No, I could be wrong. I feel like I don't know your proper lore, and I should. But did you have a label at a certain point?
Yep. At Dog Ears Records was my buddy Dylan. I think we lasted for maybe like 10 years.
That's decent.
Then once COVID hit, it kind of like all the bands were either breaking up or like they weren't doing anything. Yeah. So like we put out a couple charity compilations, raised a bunch of money for different cool charities. And then the last thing we did was one of those charity... The last thing we did was a record for this band called Jocko from Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then they broke up right when the record came out, so it was kind of disheartening. Yeah.
So you're a sponsor or for another festival?
Yeah, for Flyover
Oh,
Fest.
still.
Yeah,
So to that point.
So James, who's from St. Louis, he lives in Ohio now. And he's helping book that fest. And he hit me up like a few months ago and he's like, hey, we're looking for sponsors for Flyover Fest. Would you be interested? And Oklahoma's all like where it's at. I think it's in Tulsa. It's only like 2.5 hours from here.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a day trip. Like I can be there. And I was super excited about it. I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do it. They put me on the flyer and everything, and I'll have a table there. And then I found out a few weeks ago, the schedule is totally wrong right now because my brain is scattered. My little sister's getting married that weekend.
Oh, so yeah, you're definitely not.
I won't be there, so I'm trying to find someone to run a table for me.
Yeah.
Because like I wanted to do like limited edition shirts for a few bands that were playing, like because I'm good friends with like End It and Spine and Public Opinion, so I was like gonna do some limited edition shirts of like designs for them. So I gotta find someone to run my table, but I am sponsoring it still. I just won't be there, which sucks. Yes, I really wanted to go for once. I finally had time, and like Chrissy was gonna watch the kids at the hotel. Like, yeah.
When was the last music festival? Was it pre-kids?
Festival's been a long time, honestly.
Yeah, the pandemic kind of like messed everything.
It's
up.
probably honestly the last festival I went to was probably like This Is Hardcore 2012. Maybe. Or no, that's a lie. I went to Fest with Chrissy when we first started dating, so like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But that was awesome because I got to see Lifetime and Descendants and a bunch of other cool bands. So that was cool.
Yeah. We already talked about this, but we'll bring it up for this too. We went to LDB and that was my first like hardcore fest, which was like beyond just the music, like just the people. Nicest fucking people, and they're all super pretty. Half of them are wearing Youth Energy, and that's how I made my friends. No.
I feel like the thing about like the Midwest is like, because technically Louisville is still like the Midwest.
Yeah.
So they say it's not, but it's
the East Coast time.
Yeah,
that's everything they got for East Coast.
It's still like all the mentality there. Like obviously there's people traveling from all over the world, but the hometown areas that everyone's super nice there. I believe that. Like all the bands that play, like they do a really good job at getting the smaller bands as well as the big bands.
Yeah.
That's kind of how like Gateway to the West was in St. Louis. Is they focused on the smaller bands and got a few big headliners, which that's what I like about it. Same with the Flyover Fest. It's the same thing as like people getting to look at those smaller bands, which is really cool.
Yeah, growing up and I remember being young in the music scene, having energy and good knees. And that I sit in the back corner, watching people fall in from the stage.
That's what I was telling Chrissy. I was like, if I end up going to Flyover Fest, like, I don't like talking about moshing because it feels cringy sometimes. But like, sometimes your friends' bands played, you just can't help it. I was like, I'll have to have double knee braces, looking like Stone Cold at the bit, like.
Like Forrest Gump leaving.
I think the last time I launched was for Spine at Gateway to the West Fest.
Yeah.
And like that was the last time because like I can't do this anymore. My body is broken.
Oh yeah, it hurts. There's normally like one song for a little bit, and it's still like fully aware of the surroundings.
I just like listen to the music and I'm like, dang, this shit rocks.
Old person now. I think like LDB, the only thing that we got anywhere close to a pit was like Tsunami, and that's just because that happened.
It just happened.
Like, okay, cool, I survived. But so, what powers your passion? Your family, probably?
Yeah, definitely my family. Like, being able to support a wife and 2 children is definitely a big driving factor. And also, like, it sounds super corny, but I'll get messages from, like, total strangers, and they'll be like, dude, I watched this movie with, like, my brother when I was growing up, and all I do is think about this movie whenever I think about him. Like, he passed away, and, like, it just, like, makes me realize that I'm doing something right, because I'm like, okay, if I keep doing these like really obscure movies and people are still like fucking with it, then I'm like, this is working out. Because I have those memories with people, you know, like I have those memories with my dad or my mom or my friends from my childhood. So like it feels cool that someone else connects that way.
Yeah. So like whenever you pick your design, is it like 100% like what you love?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like The only design, I've never done a design that isn't something I've watched. The only time I have is if someone contacts me and is like wants a commission for like their brand.
Yeah.
But even that, I'll watch the movie or listen to it or whatever and just find out what it's about or what the vibe of it is. But most of the time, anything that's on my page will be 100% like my idea. I like this movie. I feel like it needs to be done. I like this show. I like this game, etc. Never any outside world.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, because I feel like you definitely get quite a few people that are on the screen idea.
People ask me for the weirdest stuff. Like someone asked me to make a Schindler's List shirt, and I was like, "That is so fucked up." Like, what? No, it's like, why would anyone want that? But
I guess that movie moved them.
They really liked that movie, I guess. But other than that, like, a lot of the times people will message me stuff that's very on brand for me.
Yeah,
and I'll already have it like on a list, like. Because I have a list of things that I want to do. It's just like when I want to do them or like, oh, I feel like this would look cool on this color shirt. Let's do that now. Like,
yeah.
Those shirts are in stock. I better do it now.
How many projects do you have where you'll start and then you'll find passion in something else, so you'll have to put it aside and then you come back to it, or do you have to complete it?
I probably have like 5 unfinished.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I used to have a lot more, but I like a lot of them. I either used them for a different page, or like just scrapped them completely. But I know there's like 5 that I'm like, I'll get back to this one. I plan to do this. I got another idea right now that I can finish. So yeah,
it feels good almost to like get something done first. Yeah, exactly. That's how I am. Like I'll have like some kind of like online class thing that's like 52 videos. Just knock out a quick one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll make me feel good. Do you ever have issues with procrastination?
All the time.
Yeah, that's
all the time.
My title on Instagram now is professional procrastinator.
That's 100% real life for any creative.
That's funny. Are the boys old enough yet for you to kind of see like hints of their future, where you think they might end up?
Yes, for sure. But also they're so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute they'll be really into something and we'll get them a bunch of that stuff and then they won't like it anymore. Yeah. And I'm like, crap. But like, I feel like Arden is going to be very artistic.
Yeah.
Same with Milo, because he likes coloring and drawing a lot. But like, I feel like Arden's going to be a builder of some sort, because like
Minecraft.
That kid builds better on Minecraft than adults that I know. Like, super good. And then
next time he's playing, I need like a video.
No,
like...
I got this camera now, and I like got a Twitch account, and I told Arden, I was like, give it like a year and I'll let you stream on here.
100%.
And I feel like people would watch him. Like, I really do, because he's funny. Like, for being 5 years old, he's very funny, and he knows what he's doing. So like, might as well try. Like, obviously I'll sit with him and talk, but like, he's very good. And same with Legos. Like, he built like this little graveyard thing. And I was like, where did you learn how to do that? Because, like, it's not like a pre-built thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I just did it. And I was like,
talented.
Me and my coworker were actually, like, me and my friend, I shouldn't call him coworker, but we work together. Kevin were talking about how these kids get paid so much money to build Legos. And he was like, yeah, but think about it. If you had the opportunity to get paid to do Legos when you were a kid, like, if that existed as a platform, you would have done it too.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're right. Just like, think about like how easy it is for like kids to learn how to kickflip now, like with skateboarding. He's like, they have YouTube. They can literally look up like goofy position, how to kickflip.
Yeah.
You had to watch like VHS videos.
Or know someone.
Yeah, or know someone who could do it. Yeah.
That's what I'm almost excited for. Some generations I can see like get upset because the younger generations have it. Look at them.
Yeah, think about how much good they're going to be, like how much better they'll be at things. Absolutely.
I have so much faith in like the younger generation.
Absolutely.
It'll be badass. Mm-hmm. The society is like so much more like open. Mm-hmm. And like this is the ones that are getting old enough and died out. Yeah. But no, I love it. I think it's so exciting to see everyone get to do what they love. You know? Yeah. So let me think what else. We're just rocking it out. I love it. The last one I did was with my hairstylist a couple days ago. like 30 minutes done. I was like, wow, Michael, look at us go.
Done it already.
All right, cool. No, first one. We got to rambling for so long. I was just like, all right, that's it. She's like, okay, Megan said it's done. I'm like, I know you have to work later tonight. Let's just stop.
Let's just stop it, yeah. No, we got a free schedule today, so we can talk about whatever.
How do you deal with stress? Is that like whenever you take time out for the family, or is there any other things that you do?
So I'm really bad. I probably shouldn't do this, but like I love junk food.
Yeah.
And I like candy, and I love drinks, like special sodies.
Special sodies?
Special sodies, the ski.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
So like I'll drink and just eat shit, which is terrible. Like,
what's better than doing crack?
It is. It's better than doing crack. And like, honestly, as someone who was straight edge for like basically 20 years.
Yeah.
If you're not now, you never were. Yeah, I get it. But like, I started smoking weed like two Novembers ago.
Yeah.
It helps with stress. It really does. So I'll just say that too.
Yeah. I mean, it's
now once I took the edible, I broke the edge on the edible. I was like, well,
you got any edge tattoos or no?
I have one X right here, but like, it's still an important part of my life. I feel like being straight edge as long as I was helped me like with like what's the word I'm looking for? Learning my limit. Like,
yes,
you do everything in like what's the word?
Oh, now I'm lost.
Yep, I can't think of the word.
It's all with brain farts with Megan and Chris.
We're just killing time, actually.
Yeah.
Throw this on YouTube and
monetize all the money into a custom color. Yeah, I wonder if they're one of our old ones. That's like a fuck.
Yeah,
every 5 minutes.
Just knowing your limits and knowing when to stop and stuff like that. So
it's all with moderation.
Moderation. There it is. We found it. Yeah. So being straight edge for that long, definitely like, because I know that like I shouldn't do it at certain times. Like I'll get high and I'm like, this is good. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I'm good creating, being a good dad still. You know.
I think there's a difference too, like being a teenager and being an adult.
Exactly.
I feel like the dangerous, I mean, it still could be dangerous now, but I feel like as an adult, you set your circle up. And if you were in a bad circle, it'd still be dangerous if you wanted to try it now. But like as a child growing up, you just don't know who you're around. Absolutely. It's easier to get into worse stuff.
100%.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing you skipped over all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kept you straight and clear from all the hard work that you did. So what you started at it at 20, really, is that when things got busy for you, or between?
I want to say the thing that like, as soon as my wife and I started dating, and like she moved in, we got a place together, and we decided we want to have a kid. Once she told me she was pregnant, I think that's what was like, I gotta start grinding. Yeah. So like,
it's no longer just us.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as that happened, I took on like 2 big freelance jobs that were like the most I ever got paid at that time. And that's like what kind of started me. Hey, I could make money doing designs. Like I'm making good money doing this. Once we moved here, once COVID hit, I was like out of a job for 30 days because everyone was basically out of a job for 30 days. So I was still doing designs for a print shop. She was still printing because she was the only one there. So I was like, hey, if I send some designs to you, can you print some shirts for me, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah. And that's what happened is I just decided to do some T-shirts for myself and make posters and all that stuff. And I realized that people were buying my posters that I was making and buying these shirts. And that's kind of what snowballed.
And you just haven't stopped.
Exactly.
I feel like we need a good portion right now of like how important your spouse is. Because I know it's like, it's so important to have the balance because there's so much involved with
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, without Chrissy, I doubt I would ever have done this at all. Yeah. Never. Like she was the one that forced me, like didn't force me, but she like
held you accountable.
Helped me realize my potential and showed me what I could do and told me like maybe realize that I wasn't like a failure. Because like I went through a part like right before we got together where I was like, what am I going to do? Like I'm still working at this print shop doing designs for someone who's rude to me. Like, I haven't had a raise in a couple of years. Like, at the time, the print shop I was working at, like, the one guy that was working there, the one that was keeping me there was this guy named Eric. Shout out Eric Parker if you're watching this, my guy. He has his own print shop now, but he had left to start his own print shop in Belleville. So I was like, okay, like, he left. What do I do now? Because, like, it was getting taken over by this guy who wasn't nice. He was always rude to me. He's always just, like, very, very dickish. So I was like, okay, I got to get out of here. And then Chrissy was like, I want to move home. Like, her grandma wasn't doing good. So I was like, you know what? Nothing's keeping me here. Let's go.
Yep.
And we moved and flourished. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if you could go back in time, no matter what we've been through is important and not changing it, but what's something that you could tell little Chris back when he was 20 years old that would help you get to where you are today?
I would tell myself to start earlier, honestly, because, like, I waited too long, I think, to, like, I mean, there's really, honestly, let me start that over, because there's no time like the present.
Yes.
So, like, if someone's watching this and wants to do something, do it now. Don't regret not doing it before, because it's never too late on some things. I mean, there's actors that are they got famous when they were 50 plus years old, like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. He was old.
He was old as fuck. He was an old fart when he got famous. So, like, if you want to do something, just do it now. Don't, like, I always use, the reason I got this was for Start Today for Gorilla Biscuits. It was, like, the main thing was don't procrastinate, don't put it off, do it now, start today. So, like, if there was anything I would tell little me is that it's coming or something. It's time. Like, it's gonna happen. Stop stressing. Like, you'll get there. And, like, when I was in my 20s, the only thing I really cared about was music. So, like, honestly, I'm happy with what I did in that time, and it paid off. And at the same time, I don't have any regrets of that era in my life.
That's good.
So, like, where I'm at now is I'm good.
So yeah, awesome. And so, last question, and let's go ski everywhere.
It's all right.
I don't think any of the go like ski. So. Too bad there's not like air freshener.
Oh my gosh, ski, make some candles and air freshener.
If I ever find a lemon orange, I'll just send you.
It probably smell the same, honestly.
Okay, daydream. No realistic like ideas at all. 10 years from now, if anything was possible, what's your vision? What will you be doing?
Honestly, I'd love to have my own storefront, like, not just for, like, youth energy, but also, like, I've always wanted to have a storefront that was like a record store, a comic shop, and, like, kind of like an old-timey soda fountain kind of thing. I always thought that would be cool, like, for the kids in the community. Like, not saying, like, the kids are out doing bad stuff.
No,
but, like,
kids, a safe space.
Exactly. Kids always want to have something to do and, like, have a music venue and all that kind of stuff. Like, sell my t-shirts there would be great. That'd be fantastic. But, like, to have a storefront where, like, people could come in and just, like, have like-minded experiences of reading comics or records and hosting my friends' bands or anything like that, I think that'd be cool. It would be cool.
The youth energy store.
Exactly. I've always wanted it. Like, it'd be so cool. Like, living here is kind of hard. Like, Springfield, Missouri is really cool. There's a lot of cool things going on here. But, like, there also is a lot of closed-minded people here. So I don't know how well it would work here. Maybe if I eventually move back into the St. Louis area, who knows?
Oh, yeah. It'll pop off.
It'd be sick.
Yeah, it'll pop off anywhere, I feel like. But any other final thoughts that you have for the world? I'll come back in 10 years. I'll probably see you before 10 years. But
I would, like, this is a super cheesy quote that I heard when I was younger, and I still use it a lot, is write or make art to express, not to impress. And I always liked that. I don't remember where I heard it, but, like, that's always been one thing that stuck with me, is, like, anytime I'm working on a design, like, you're not trying to impress these people, just make it because you want it to look that way, or you want it to sound that way. Anything, it goes with anything. If you're a creative person, I feel like is very important.
Yeah.
Also, community over competition.
Yes. Wait, let's.
Yeah.
What you
don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick.
You get so much more done. like, especially within the photography community, it can be cutthroat. People are such assholes. And that's why, like, I adopted it. We got some shirts made and plastered that shit everywhere.
Yeah, the second you told me you wanted that, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of gonna steal that, but I love it.
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's
it was
yours
too
as much
perfect.
as, and I don't own it. Yeah.
It's awesome. Like,
No, yeah.
that's how in the bootleg community too. It's the same way. It's like all these people are like, oh, they're doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm like, who cares? Like, yours is gonna stand out if you're doing it like the way you want to do it.
Yeah. And I only have the capacity of only doing so much, so I can't have the whole entire market.
Exactly.
So why do I need to be here?
Exactly. Don't
Plus, yeah.
they did.
So much comes from being nice to people.
Exactly. Exactly. You meet so many cool people that you didn't know you could have met. Like,
Yeah.
that's like my buddy Nathan, who does Paradise of Flowers. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, I was ripping you off, and I was like, I don't care. Like,
Well, it's practice.
you were doing stuff that I liked.
Yeah.
That's how we became friends, is because I thought you were a nice person.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I appreciate that. It's like,
Make them
being nice rocks.
No, that's what back to the community over competition, the logo itself. So I told you, I was like, I need a youth energy tattoo. I keep on going back and forth. I was like, I want to do the shaking hands, but I don't know if it's a youth energy, even though you designed it and everything. But I am so stuck.
I have it on my like great hair of shaking hands.
Yes. For the boys.
For the boys.
I didn't know what that was until way after the fact. I saw you get the tattoo. I'm like, what the fuck?
What does that even mean?
Is that like some band? Like,
Yeah, it's a band logo.
but no.
That was when I was pirating Canadian Netflix shows or Canadian Hulu shows before they came to the U.S. So now everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
I was just ahead of the game.
Yeah. The shelf, but yeah.
I'm going to drink some ski tonight. I think we're going to grill tonight because apparently it's supposed to storm tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. There's a grill by the pool, and we're gonna.
Did you guys come up here for like a vacation or like?
Did I come all the way here just have a podcast with you? Just
That's not curious. Did you?
It was like 50%.
Because Branson's pretty sick, honestly.
Oh, well, we have condos down there, so it don't cost nothing to go down.
Okay.
So it's literally just gas, and then, so it was two things, because I knew I wanted to do podcasts with you, and then my friends were like, we just spent $90 at a mini golf place in St. Louis. $90 for mini golf? I was like, we'll put $50 in the tank and go play $20 mini golf all day long in Bradenton.
There's a million there too, in go-karts and all that stuff.